Hello! Today I'm going to show you how to do Exile 0 on the Lion King. It works for both SNES and Genesis. So, the first thing we gotta understand is that this is not the test setup which you just saw from the video in the background. This is different setups made only for RTA because the setup the test does cannot be performed in real time. This is what we are learning. Very different, right? So let's get to the tutorial. Let's break down what we are seeing. So Simba goes to the right, does a turnaround, a very small jump, and then clips. So how do I do this turnaround? Well, it's actually really simple. There's a visual cue which I'll show you right now. So you wanna turn around when Simba is like here. It doesn't need to be exactly here. You have like a 3 frame window, I guess, but maybe there's more with this specific setup where you can turn around and it will work. Though depending on the frame you turn around, you have to time your jump differently. I'll talk more about that later. So if this image isn't enough, which probably isn't, I'll show you the visual cue I use at least for doing the turnaround. So I try pressing left when Simba touches the bush because this way for me is easier to press on the right time, which basically is there's a line on the bush, and if Simba's paw is aligned with that line before he turns around, I got the timing right. Well, if you are a good thinker, you might be thinking, okay, but what about the jump you said earlier? Exactly what we're going to see right now. So what makes the jump so difficult is that you have basically no visual cues for it. It's just muscle memory. You can learn it, but it will be hard. And also, the it's already a 1 framer jump, but it can be a 2 framer jump if you get a bad turnaround. So how do I know if I'm a 1 framer or a 2 framer? So remember when I say the turnaround is when Simba is like aligned with that line of the bush. If Simba goes slightly more to the right than it should, you wait a little bit more and then do a 2 frame jump. With this little bits like things of 1 to 2 frames at maximum, okay? And if you do a early turnaround, do a 1 frame jump, but like a little earlier, because otherwise you're probably not clipping. Yeah, also if you want a visual cue for this, I'll highlight the line I said before. Well, that said, I think it's a good place to finish the tutorial. I also think it is good to remember that this trick only saves like 50 frames, which is like a little under a second. So yeah, feel free to practice it, and if you like it, try implementing in runs. But also make sure you're not killing good pace because of that.